Welcome back. Look who's here. Well, our guest today. He's trying, isn't he? Yeah. Our guest today is a Japanese food. I'm going to use a big word. He's an icon. He's been traveling around the world this past spring and is taking inspiration from those trips for his latest dish. Audience, give it up for the great Chef John Sugimura. There we go. Hi, buddy. Okay. We get it. You're great. We get it.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah. No. I do love you. You know why I love you. We're friends, but I love the work that you do. You literally do travel all over the globe. Where have you been lately?
In spring, I was in Japan.
Again?
Travel again. And then I did Slovenia and Croatia.
Okay. How many times do you tell the audience, how many times do you think you've been to Japan?
I really don't know, but it's like 30-ish plus.
30-ish plus, a lot. About as much as we go to Speedway to do our gas, get a gas refill, you've been to Japan.
As often as you go to Fargo.
Or Disney. Yeah. Okay, so what did you, let's talk about, I have so many friends talking to me about Croatia. It seems to be, your eyes are like, I have so many people saying, I'm going to Croatia. It's a destination now. What is it about? Talk to me about that.
So, well, first of all, so my day job with Tahir Food Management Company, the Chef Council went to Croatia. We did truffle hunting. We went to a fish farm.
Are they hard to catch?
Not so hard.
Okay.
Not so hard. But we learned all about where our food comes from and everything that comes out of the ground, how it's properly grown, how it's properly cultivated, how we treat the world a better place. It was incredibly eye-opening. And in Slovenia, again, beautiful. They have the best food. I ate more Michelin star food in those two countries than I have in I had over 50. I stopped counting at 50.
And explain to people the star, why that's a big deal. That's like, the Michelin is the gold standard for restaurants,
It is the gold standard. If you have 1 star, it's because you have a great story, because you execute food really well, because you do food that has a place in the world, has food that has value and contributes to the food world. A 2nd star wins means your actual execution in your recipes and everything stands out differently than all your competitors in a row. And then you get up to a 3 star, that's when you're like hardcore, heavy duty. So we ate at 1, 2, and 3 star restaurants.
Look at you, fancy pants.
I know.
Okay, so is this, now what we're making today, and by the way, because John knows me, John brought, and this is no joke, audience, you know, if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you, but if I like something, I'm gonna tell you. John brought one of my favorite food items on the planet Earth. No joke, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what are we making right now? What is this?
So we're gonna do the lineup for my 5-course omakase.
Okay.
From the travels.
Your 5-course what?
Omakase.
Okay.
Chef curated meal. 5 courses, come in at 5:30, 90 minutes, 5 courses paired with great beverages. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
But what the trip did, it reaffirmed that I was on the right pace. So what we're doing here, we're doing the the salmon rice ball.
Okay.
And we're gonna hit it with some homebrewed soy sauce in the second part, and we're gonna use the torch, and then we're gonna put some CT. Just trust me.
You're gonna use the torch, my friend.
Oh, no. I'm
use
gonna stand back with the fire extinguisher and watch you go.
I'll do it, okay. So what are we doing?
So, do you wanna do it right now?
Let's do it right now, yeah.
Take the brush. You have homebrewed soy sauce, and you're gonna brush on the salmon.
Okay.
Yep. And that's gonna give it a little bit of flavor. It's gonna be simple.
Okay.
And then we're gonna torch it. How do you like your salmon?
I like it pretty burnt, but yeah.
And that's why
because I'm not a big salmon fan, so I need it cooked.
Yep.
Girl. Yeah.
That's why. Go ahead and take the torch, and that's why we're gonna hit just the fish, just the fish, just the fish. Go ahead.
Oh, do we cross the path?
Yep.
Oh.
But the reason why we're doing the salmon is I know you like your salmon well done, and I want everybody that's watching the show is that I can modify or adjust the menu for somebody who likes fish more well done. That's why I'm a fan of searing.
I feel like a little gay dragon from Game of Thrones with my little fire breathing. Okay, go ahead, John. I'm sorry. Okay,
What's that?
I don't ask. I'll tell you later.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it one more time to moisten it up.
Okay.
There you go, and done. But the back.
don't know
All
how to
right.
turn that off. Okay.
So now, brush it one more time.
Ooh, I can smell that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now
brush it one more time.
Okay. Got it. Brush it. And this is this is homemade.
Homebrewed soy sauce.
Homebrewed.
Less sodium by nature.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some wilted bitter greens. You're going to take, what's so funny about that?
It's my nickname at times.
Oh, yeah. Bitter?
Yeah.
Hashtag bitter.
Thank you,
Jason.
audience, for
There you
that
go.
one. Thank
You're
you.
going to take the tweezer and you're going to put some of the bonito flakes right on there. And you're
are-
going to see them dancing on the warm salmon.
Those freak me out. So the first time I always saw those flakes, they freaked me out.
Getting cold. It's
What?
getting cold.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
getting
Go ahead.
cold.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You put the
More
anywhere you
flakes?
want. That gives it a nice smoky flavor.
Will you explain what these flakes are to people?
It's sliced dried mackerel, but what it really does is give you a nice smoky enhanced flavor. And then I'm going to hit it with some CT. So it's almost like when you eat it, it's like a stew.
Oh.
You have the rice, you have the CT, you have the seared
What's
salmon.
the CT?
C from the sea, T brewed.
Thank you, Ariel.
But here, no,
Thank you.
But no, here. So in this month,
I love that you have to. I'm so dumb. You have to charade things to me. Yeah. Yeah.
I have picture cards right here, walking him through the segment.
It's like Denny's down there.
Look at that one. It says,
Yeah.
stand, don't talk.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So and I'm using dashi kombu. Have you ever heard of MSG?
I've heard of MSG.
Everybody's villainized MSG.
Okay, we want to talk about that because everyone is MSG as bad for you as you think it is, or if you've been told? John's going to tell you, plus you're going to find out what is the item that I do call one of the best things I've ever eaten. John makes it. You'll see what it is when we come back. Back in a moment. One of the best right here, Chef John Sugimura. Hey, before we get talking about MSG, because this is interesting, tell the folks, I'm so proud of you. You're getting ready to open another place. Shameless plug. Where are you going, buddy?
So the menu that we're doing here today is going to be part of my 10-seat, 5-course omakase chef-curated meal that will open this summer. We'll start practicing it in June, and we'll launch it in July. It will be reservation so that we can have an intimate dinner experience together.
Yeah.
You can have high-quality food. The best part?
Yeah?
The best price you'll ever see. I bet you I'm charging 1/3 of my competitors.
Well, there we go. When you come to Minneapolis, yeah. When you come to Minneapolis, it's on Eat Street. Okay.
Eat Street Crossing.
Now, you were quoted, back to what we were talking about before the commercial break, you were recently quoted in the Huff Post, your views on MSG, because if I was to ask this audience, I grew up with the feeling of, ooh, MSG, ooh, it's bad. Your thoughts?
So I get what you're saying. I even had some of those same sentiments. The challenge for me is the villainization of MSG really attacked all Asians. And it was really unfair and unjust. And more currently, it's proven that MSG does not have the side effects or implications that people have always claimed.
And it unfairly targeted Asian cuisine.
Unfairly.
Yeah.
I felt the sting every time people would make a blanket statement about MSG and Asian food.
Oh.
Now, to take credit for it, MSG originated where? In Japan with seaweed.
Oh.
Which is not processed, which is not MSG, but this dashi kombu, which I use in everything that I make, pops the flavor, adds very little sodium, is healthy, it has nutrients, it has all kinds of probiotics. So this was the original MSG. Then there's those who turn it into something that it doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay. Right? See, we learn something every time you're here.
Yep.
Okay, back to the meal.
All right. So I'm really happy. I've worked really hard on it. It's going to be 5 courses. We're going to have a starter little meal right here, the toshi or the little starter. And I'm going to bring it because at Eat Street Crossing, it's a big hall with many options. And I'm going to have something. It might be a roll. It might be noodles or something like that. Today I have the sunomono, the quick pickles.
Okay, quick pickle.
Quick pickles, plural.
Quick pickles.
Plural. Yep.
Another
And then-
nickname I had for many years.
There you
we
go.
go. Yeah.
And then I have, save your appetite for that.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
I have the shrimp steamed dumplings. with the
Homemade. John
garlic
doesn't mess
ginger,
around. They're homemade.
The
yes.
garlic, ginger, soy, robust. And then
Audience. This is thank you, audience. This
spicy tuna crispy rice.
right here. This is, I am not joking, this is one of my favorite things any chef has ever made for me in life. And will you describe what is this
So you're
while I eat?
Yep. So you're eating freshly prepared sushi rice that's made into little cakes, grilled, and then it's topped with ice cold spicy tuna. Dangerous. Don't injure yourself. But then it's topped with freshly prepared scrape or tuna that we scraped off the skin and added like miso and mayonnaise and green onion and all kinds of delicious things. It has a serrano pepper on top and a little bit of shredded radish.
And tell the folks who you learned this from.
So I learned this from Katsuya-san. Katsuya, this is his grandmother's recipe, and this was made from if we were in a lettuce village or if we were in a village in 1900s, the rice is made from the rice that's fermented when we pack the fish, and now the fish is gone, and the tuna comes from we're in a boat and we're fishing and we're going to discard the piece of skin into the ocean, but if we take a metal spoon and scrape that skin, we can get about 5 pounds worth of scrape and make something delicious.
Yeah, I'm not going to get in a boat. I'm going to skip all of that because I know you. I'll just have you make it for me. Okay.
There you go.
Now we have.
There you go.
Yeah.
And with that, we have the sakis. We have my signature drink, which is cherry blossom liqueur with Prosecco that will be served.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yes. And with the salmon dish that you prepared, course number 4, I'll serve it with red or white wine.
Okay.
And then for the last one, which is a sleeper favorite, which is the seared scallop on edamame mash with a brown sauce with miso crisp, and you'll get rosé with that.
There we go.
So my point is, curated meal, 5 courses, 5 beverages, super cheap, Eat Street Crossing with all my friends over at Eat Street. It's going to be fun. It's
a great place.
No pretense.
Give it up because I want this segment to be over so that I can eat this. Give it up for John Sugimura, everybody. Follow John on social to keep up to date when the restaurant will open and all of his happenings. And if you missed this segment, we'll post the whole thing on our social. Just search for Jason Show TV. We'll be right back with the mailbag. Back in a moment.